Now, a new report has revealed a strong link between poor sleep in childhood and a lifetime of poor mental health. This comes as another report links disrupted sleep cycles to an increased risk of Alzheimer's. So it's really a stark reminder of just how important sleep is. But getting it is not always as easy as it sounds. Lots of people suffer from sleep issues such as insomnia. Sinetra and I have got to back out of this because we're both, we fall asleep on a washing line, which really annoys other people, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just one of those things that makes you just instantly dislike someone.
I know.
We don't want to hear it. And I wasn't that keen on you anyway, okay, so...
and then you two have got small kids into the mix as well.
I haven't probably had a good night's sleep for 8 years, I'd say.
You look great.
Imagine if I had, like, 12 hours sleep a night.
We'd have to fan the flames.
Oh. And what about the kids? Do they sleep?
No, not really. I've said a few times on here, we have a bit of a strange setup. We do all share a bed, and now we've got the dog. The dog sleeps with us as well. So we're all together. And my kids, you know, they kind of rotate on a whole 360 throughout the night, both of them. They often like to be on me. But my eldest, like, since he was really young, has night terrors. And they're just horrible. They're worse for you than they are for them.
Yeah.
He had quite a few last night, actually. So both Wayne and I ended up kind of...
So what happens?
Well, sometimes they just talk, or sometimes they kind of shout, but Parker often cries a lot when he has them. So he'll be hysterically crying, and I'll be like, Parker, are you OK? What are you doing? It's OK, Mummy's here. And he just carries on.
Is he awake?
No, he's just completely asleep. So he's not aware that I'm even there or that I'm in the room.
Then in the morning, does he remember?
No, doesn't remember a thing. So I'm distressed. I'm like, oh, no, is he OK? He's really upset, trying to cuddle him, trying to calm him down. And then in the morning, I'll be like, oh, Parker, do you remember what you dreamt about last night? He's like, no. And I'm like, it's just the strangest thing.
Yeah. It's so common, though. Don't beat yourself up about it.
No,
I think
really
if you Google it, it happens to so many children.
18% of children experienced night terrors. Insomnia, 36% of adults struggle to get to sleep on a weekly basis. I mean, I went on holiday once, a ski holiday, with this woman who I didn't know, who happened to share a room with, and she was a true insomniac.
Yeah.
True insomniac.
Really?
She just didn't sleep, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was out like a light. I mean,
Great friend.
You said, Kay, you said...
I know, I'm sorry. I mean, I can't help it. But I just became fascinated by it. And
Did she find it distressing? Or...
She just got used to it over years and years and years, and she went through a routine. She would read for a while, she would sit quietly for a while. You know, she had all of her own sort of coping mechanisms, but she had got to a point that she accepted it, which I guess you would have to, wouldn't you?
I'm always on my phone, so I know, actually, for me, I can't claim to be an insomniac. I'm a self-sabotager. You know, I lay there in bed, even if it needs charging, I lay at the edge of the bed so the wire reaches, and then I'm falling asleep and it's kind of hitting me on the forehead, and I'm thinking, I'm not sure this is really working for me. So only in the last week I've tried to break the habit and put the phone on the landing, plugged into the charger there. So actually it really helps me get up at the same time every day, because you can't hit snooze when the alarm goes off in the hallway, and that's helping me get more tired at night.
Yeah.
So, but they do say the blue light is a big thing, don't they?
Yeah.
And for me, whenever with like depression and anxiety, whenever I've gone to the doctors, like, sleep is a massive thing. The first thing they'll say to me is, how's your sleep? And if my sleep's bad, they're like, well, we can't do anything about your depression or anxiety until we've sorted your sleep out. And I think we all have so much going on in our lives that actually sleep just becomes the bottom of our worries.
And it also
and
depends on, you know, there's not one size fits all with sleep, is there? And especially with your jobs, no matter what you're like. Imagine what cabin crew or air pilots have to go through. But even as an actor on night shoots, one day you might be working 5 in the morning till 5 at night. The next day you could be working midnight till midday. And your lunch hour gets moved accordingly. And so your body has to just handle what you can cope with.
So how do you handle it?
Well, I used to take melatonin, was really good because that would help you fall asleep, because it's like it helps the part of your brain that gets to sleep. It's not a drug, it's like a herbal thing. And also the 90-minute cycles that you're meant to sleep in. So if you set your alarm within if you use 90 minutes as the measure of when you want to set your alarm to wake you up, if you wake up at the end of a 90-minute cycle, you're a lot fresher than if you wake in the beginning of the next 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I've
So
noticed
things
that.
like that work.
Sometimes you wake up and you're just like, oh my God, you don't know where anything is. And then you can wake up half an hour earlier and you're actually kind of fresh, which is weird. But so interesting that you say that that's the first thing your doctor goes to, because with our children, like when your kids are young, sleep, you're obsessed with their sleep patterns, aren't you?
Yeah.
And as you say, as we get older, we kind of move further away from that, it goes down the pile, where maybe we should...
Well, I'm now trying to undo all the bad habits I've got my kids into. I've had to get like a sleep specialist that I talk to on Zoom to try and help me get them back into like a good routine, because I've realised just how important it is.
Get them onto Sinatra as well.
Yeah, I know, yeah.